Hello everyone, thank you for stopping into my channel. So today I'm going to talk to you about a couple different options you have with tuning your vehicle. I have only tuned my truck, however the process is mostly the same for a lot of the newer vehicles. So before I get rambling on too much, let's get into it. As far as tuning goes, to me there's basically four different options that you can go with. First and foremost, you can take your computer out, like this one here. This is out of a 2003 Chevy of some sort. You can send it into a tuner. You tell him what you got, and he'll kind of mess with things because he has a lot of experience. There's a lot of different tuners out there. I went with Black Bear Performance. There's Texas Speed does their own tuning, and there's lots of different companies out there that do it. That's not the point. You can send it in. They'll change all the parameters. They can get rid of things if you're doing like a swap or something, like get rid of the VATS, the vehicle anti-theft system, which won't let it run if you swap the engine. So they can do all sorts of things. However, it's probably the least effective way to tune it. The reason being is that they're not seeing how the engine is running, and they're going to be very conservative with the tuning because they don't want to send it back to you and you make it 5 miles down the road and you blow your engine because they were too aggressive and they can't see, they don't have any feedback. So which will bring you to the next option, which is the EFI Live. Now in this category there's a couple different routes you can go. You can do it yourself if you would like. I am not nearly ambitious enough to do it myself, and I don't trust myself, so I did not go that route. However, you download the software for this. You can buy this. This thing is not very cheap, but it's probably the easier way to do it over the computer, internet. So what this is, this will plug in and record your engine running. Then you'll download it to a computer, email it to the tuner, which is what I did, like I just said. He'll go over it, look at it, change things, send it back to you. You load that tune onto this, and then load it into your truck or car. And then, like in this case, Black Bear Performance wanted to make sure everything is running good, so I would record again with the updated tune, send it back to him, and if he likes it, then he'd say thumbs up, rock and roll. Now there's a cheaper option if you don't feel like buying this. This is really only necessary if you plan on tuning it more than once. If you have different tunes, you can store a couple tunes in this. Not very much, it does not have a lot of memory. But the other option is a scan cable. So you pay a core charge, so that way you don't keep it. Make sure you send it back, but it's a cable you get, which kind of acts as this. You'll need a laptop to perform it, but basically it'll plug in your OBD2. It has the adapters. You download the EFI Live program onto your laptop, and then you record your data that way, and then email it to them. And that's the way I did it the first time I tuned my truck, when it had the 5.3 in it. And it worked great. However, this way is a lot easier and simpler. This is all you need. You don't need the big long cable and a laptop in the truck. The last and most effective way to tune would be to do an in-person tune. While this is great and this will work, nothing can compare to an in-person tune. Saying that the tuner is good at what he does, I mean, if it's someone that doesn't really know what they're doing, then yeah, this tune will probably be better. But even Justin from Black Bear Performance, if he does in-person tuning, even then he can get more out of it than, say, over the computer. The reason being is that they are physically there seeing how it's performing and how it's reacting to all the changes they've made, whether it's a dyno tune or a street tune. They can make it change, see how the truck shifts, how it runs, how it holds the power. So it's a lot better and a lot more customizable, I guess you would say. A dyno tune or a street tune is how I'm going to go about my next tune. Like I said before, the first tune I did the scan cable tune. So I recorded it with a different cable, not this, sent it to him, and I actually had Justin send me a computer that he had tuned, send it to me, and I sent mine to him in place of the core charge. That worked great. There is an option if you want to just send your computer to him without him reading anything. You just tell him, like, I have an intake and exhaust and headers, and he'll ramp things up a little bit, send it back to you, which it'll improve things, but not as much as him seeing the actual data logging. So I'm getting sidetracked. So then after I swapped the 6-liter into my truck, I went with the EFI Live AutoCal, because I was able to find this on eBay cheaper than brand new. If it was brand new, I probably wouldn't have done it because these are kind of expensive. And I recorded it this way, which was a little bit of a problem or headache because I didn't know this had to be updated, because it was 3 or 4 years old when I did it. Once I figured that out, Justin walked me through it, and it was easy. And then I logged everything, sent it to him, and that was probably the easiest way to do it. And I think there's no power to it, but it has 2 or 3 tunes saved in it. I think the factory tune and the updated 6-liter tune. And if you're new to the channel, like I said, I swapped 6-liter in my truck. I am putting ported heads and a bigger throttle body on my truck. And I think this time, now that I have all these, performance parts on my truck, I think I want to take it to a shop here in town locally and do an in-person dyno tune. That way I can see how much power it's putting down, because that's just cool. And I want to get the most out of it. Not saying that this was a bad tune at all, but when you have ported milled heads, a big cam, full-length headers, no cats, and an aftermarket intake and throttle body, I just want everything to be just right. And with bigger injectors also, so I want to get the most out of my money and take it to an in-person tune, or take it to a shop and have an in-person tune done. So to recap, you can fill out a little online survey, send your computer in. The guy, will have his little setup. He'll change things, send it back to you. I'm going to try this with the 98 pickup I have. The 98, I've swapped a 5.3 into it. It does not run yet. However, the engine is in it and the wiring is almost complete. And I do not feel like spending all the money for a scan tune or a in-person tune. It's basically a stock engine with flat top pistons, so I'm going to go this route and see how it goes. I have done this with the AutoCal and with the scan cable and had very good luck with both of them. If you find a good tuner, chances are you're going to have good luck with it. I was very happy with how my 5.3 ran and how my 6-liter runs right now. And then I've never had an in-person tune or dyno tune, but I'm going to be doing that as soon as my 6-liter in my 2002 Silverado is complete. So that will be cool and interesting. So if you want to see that or the 5.3 swap, like, subscribe. Thanks for stopping in. Have a good one. I guess if you're still here, I'll show you the pickups. This is the 98. See, almost everything is integrated into the truck, except for the wiring harness, but it is very close. And you use all the ported heads, the 6-liter. Just waiting for the intake.